Welcome back to episode 2, baby.
Briggs and Brown.
Briggs and Brown.
Yes, sir.
Man, hey, once again, thanks, big thanks to ALLCITY, ALLCITY Network, and CHGO.
CHGO.
This is awesome. Episode 2, man. What are you thinking? Huh?
Listen, I'm thinking that the Bears made it out of week 1 with the W. More importantly than anything else, they made it out with the W. Everything that needs to be corrected, you want to do that after a win, not after a loss. So in that first quarter, which you know very well, we always break the season down in 4 quarters. In that first quarter, we are off to the right start. The Bears are tied for first place, and you don't want to be in a position where you're playing chase at the end in mid or toward the end of the year. You don't want to play chase. You don't want to play catch up. You want to be in control of your future.
Yeah, if you're already chasing by mid-October, then you're in trouble. Like it's just you have no room for error at that point when you're chasing mid-October. So you're right. They got their 1-0. That's the best they could have been after week 1. Now, like you said, they can clean up some stuff, but you always want to clean up stuff.
What needs to be cleaned up?
Oh, there's a few things that need to be cleaned up. Offensively, there's schemes on how to block the front. Now, the guys they went against last week, I don't think that they have that same interior type of firepower like the Titans had. So I don't think the Texans have that. We're going to find out, but I don't think they have that. So we'll see as the game come on, but you have to have a plan going into that. If you're going to start double teaming those guys, if you start to get overpowered in the middle of that offensive line and you're getting pressure on the quarterback right away, the quarterback, when you got guys open, you got to hit them. This NFL, you got to hit your guys. You can't miss a Keenan.
Can we talk about the quarterback? When are you going to talk about the quarterback, Alex?
That's what I just said. I just said the quarterback.
I want to talk specifically about our quarterback because he's a first-round pick, right? Come on now, let's talk about it.
Yeah. He's a first-round pick, but there's nothing like that.
He's not a first-round pick. He's the number 1 pick.
I'm not concerned about Caleb Williams. You are? You're concerned.
What I'm saying is what needs to be cleaned up with the number 1 pick. Huh?
My question, are you concerned about him?
I want to know what we need to clean up. Okay. For me, when I look at Caleb Williams.
Go ahead.
When I look at Caleb Williams, there are a few things that concern me in week 1. Okay. I believe that his drop is deeper than normal. I think so that he can get vision. I think there are a lot of times where we saw him drop back and try to throw the ball and it was batted down. That's going to happen when you have a quarterback that's as short as he is. That's going to be that problem's not going to go away.
Right.
That problem. Right. There's going to be opportunities where he sees the ball and even with his magical arm being at 6'1", it's going to be batted down by taller players. Mm-hmm. And I think that him dropping back even further than probably normal, it plays to the hand of the opponent's defensive ends. So it doesn't help. And it also doesn't help that your center is in your lap, getting tossed around like Loki from and the Hulk in the first Avengers movie.
True.
You know what I'm talking about.
No, you're right. You're right. That doesn't help. And then we have there's going to be a little shakeup on the receiver side too. So I think he made some throws in that game. He didn't have the opportunity to make many. The throw he made in the end zone and hit Keenan Allen in the hands, he should have caught for a touchdown. Okay, so don't act like he didn't make any throws. All right, so he has to clean up everything. I think he is a lot better than what he showed on Sunday. I think we'll see that this Sunday. I think we'll see that against a better team too, because he's going to have to be in order for them to beat the Texans. I think our defense will do their part, assuming they play the same way they play in that second half. It's a different beast than Will Levis. Okay, it's a different beast. You got C.J. Stroud out there.
Yes,
you got.
C.J. Stroud. You know the thing about C.J. Stroud, you don't see many overthrows from him. You don't see many overthrows, anything like that. Like he throws it on the dime. He throws it on the dime, and he wasn't even the number 1 pick. He was number 2.
No, just because they picked you number 2, it is pretty apparent he should have went number 1.
And just listen, man. I just watch football, man. You know what I mean? No. I just watch football and respond.
Then you know,
he had one hell of a rookie year.
You want Stroud? Now you want Stroud?
No, absolutely not.
Okay, all right then. So
I want who we have. That's what we have.
Thank you.
Throw like C.J. Stroud.
He's gonna be fine, man. Caleb,
I believe
when you talk to when you listen to his press conference, you listen to him talking throughout the week. Listen, the kid, he understands. He understands right here. You can see, hey, if they hit those, things would have seemed a lot different if he hit some of those big plays, some of those big throws that he has hit in the past. We're not asking him to do something that we've never seen him do. We're asking him to do the things that we've always seen him do. He's always been 6 feet, 6'1". Y'all, please don't do that. Don't do it. He's not growing. All right. He's not growing anymore. He's maxed out. Okay. So he's figured out a way to become the number 1 pick in that stature. Okay. He's
when I was
to throw for a ton of yards and win the Heisman with the same stature. He's gonna figure out a way to do this and be a top quarterback in this league.
I'll tell you one thing that he needs to work on. One thing that he does need to work on. When I was playing, I would get interviewed, and then I would come home, and my family would say, "Hey, good interview, but you got to work on. You say you know what I mean a lot when you do your interviews, Lance. So after every statement, you say you know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean. You know what I mean." And I think that Caleb needs to work on his pause in between, because every time it's
you see, you need to stop. But you need to stop.
That's something that has zero to do with what he does on the field. However, that is something he does need to correct.
Okay, but let's not do this. What you're doing right now, my granddaddy used to call nitpicking. You're nitpicking right now. That's what you're doing. Yeah, you're being real fine. You're real little tiny stuff. You're trying to pick it out and find little stuff. Man, that kid fine. When Devin Hester came in, he wasn't the greatest either in front of the mic.
No, he was horrendous.
It didn't keep him out of camp.
Horrendous. Nobody could understand. You had to decipher what Hess was saying rookie year. And you from Florida, you had to decipher what he was saying.
I knew what he was saying. But what I'm telling you, it didn't keep him out of Canton. And this right here,
absolutely not.
This kid, it's not going to keep this kid from being a really good player. So I think, okay, he can get better at it. Sure. So let's put that on the list too of things he can get better at. He's not the perfect finished
number 1 pick.
He's not the perfect finished
number
product.
1 pick.
Which number 1 pick was the perfect finished product?
No, I was just saying.
Oh, okay.
I was just finishing your statement for you. He's not the perfect number 1 pick.
Correct. He's
okay.
Not.
Yeah.
I mean, there's always things to work on. Peyton Manning and all those guys had stuff to work on. So, I mean, that's not saying anything. He works on stuff. So,
listen,
I'm going Caleb, because you need to stop. You need to quit, man.
And don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. I want Caleb to succeed. I want the Bears to succeed. However, I need to constructively criticize what's going on and what I see. Please. Constructively.
That's what we want. Constructive.
Right. That's fair.
What about the defense? Tell me about the defense, because the defense, we got in the hole because of the defense and the special teams blunders, not because of the offense. So we got in that 17-3 hole, not because the offense was giving. The offense didn't turn the ball over. So
we got out of that 17 hole and won the game because of defense and special teams as well.
But I understand. That's not
what I'm saying is we got into the hole. Yes, we might have got into the hole together, but everybody didn't get us out of the hole. There were two groups that said, you know what, we're in a hole. Let's get ourselves out of this, and they carried that team. You know, that could be different. That could be different Sunday against the Texans or down the line. However, that defensive group, they figured it out. They figured it out and they turned that thing around. And what I do love about this defensive unit right now, TJ Edwards, he's in the top 3 right now leading tacklers in the NFL. And I hope that trend continues because he's in that position that Derek Brooks, you know, that weak side position where you can really take off.
Hey, y'all make sure everybody watching, man, give us a like. Yes, CHGO, baby. We really love you. Really appreciate it. All City Network. Hey, the Briggs and Brown Show. I almost said the Brown and Briggs Show, but it is not that show. It's the Briggs and Brown Show. My guy, Lance Briggs. Appreciate you, baby.
We all silly like the mayor.